Molly, I just heard the big news from my brother. Congratulations on getting engaged. If it isn't Christy. I heard from my family that you and him have been together for about 3 months now, but thinking that you'd both already be thinking about marriage is pretty crazy to me. I hear that you both plan to have the wedding in another 2 months at a restaurant? Yeah. I almost feel as though he wants to get married to me so badly that he has no patience left in himself. Well, you are living pretty close to our family's house, and you have been for a long time now. And even though he's 10 years older than me and you guys have known each other for so long that it's almost as though you've been dating a lot longer than 3 months. So I don't find you guys getting married too strange. It's just crazy is all. Would you shut up, please? Huh? Ugh, I've had enough of this. It's beginning to become a huge bother for me, so I think I'm going to call it quits. You and I are no longer friends. Molly. Listen, back in the day, you were really a good friend of mine and all, but ever since you had to start sitting in that wheelchair 2 years ago, it's been a pain in my butt being friends with you. Huh? For some reason, everyone seems to think it's okay to have me be the one to take care of you all the time, just because we were good friends and I live near you. And as for my parents, I have no idea why, but it seems like they feel some kind of obligation to have me help you around and such. So, whatever, I guess. The only reason I've been able to stick around and care for you this long is because I've been after that really top-notch man that you happen to be related to. Stick around? The only reason that I've been around helping you is so that I could get your brother to start taking an interest in me. He's known about me for a long time, but not enough to have any interest in me. But I felt that if I showed him that I'm a caring person by pushing you around and being a good friend of yours, he'd really start taking a liking to me. And guess what? He has taken a huge liking to me, and so I have no use for you anymore. What are you talking about? You were just using me so that you could get closer to my brother and get him to like you? That's what I'm saying. But listen here. Don't you dare go telling him about that, or else I'll push you and that wheelchair down a flight of stairs. Because if he learns that I've only been caring for you to get to him, he might not love me anymore. The only reason he wants to marry me is because he thinks I'm selfless and caring towards people like you. And to be honest, even if you did start to talk to him about what I've said, I doubt he'll believe you. He'll probably just turn around and tell you to stop talking badly about the woman he loves. So this is the way you've thought of me all along? How else did you want me to think of you? Do you really think I'm the kind of person that is happy with sacrificing their time just to help a cripple with no reward in sight? I was only using you like a tool so that I could get your brother to fall for me like he has, and then proceed to marry him. And would you look at that? It worked! I've heard enough from you. I understand what I mean to you now, and so I've had enough. Even if you are being true about how you feel about me, it's not going to matter. I know that I can live perfectly fine on my own without your help, and I'm going to start that life right now. Huh? I am thankful that you helped me find a job after I ended up in this wheelchair. And because of that, I'm able to make some decent money. I'll have to start thinking about what I'm going to do when I go out and plan it all out well, but I'm so used to that now that I don't need you there to help me. And honestly, there are other people besides you that can help me if I need it. So you are no longer needed by me, Molly. Thank you for everything up until now. Christy, do you have some time? I know that you're already aware that tomorrow's wedding is going to be held at a restaurant, but I have to ask, are you all right with not showing up for it? I'm sure you are, right? Huh? It's been a little while since we last talked, and this is what you want to talk about? You're asking me to stay away on the day of my brother's wedding? I'm sorry, but that's a little strange of you to be asking his own little sister. All I'm asking is that you tell everyone that you're not feeling too well, and that that's the reason for you not making it to the wedding tomorrow. However, if you really want to come tomorrow, then you'd better be walking into the wedding. Because you coming in that wheelchair of yours will embarrass me in front of my family. From what I've read, the restaurant is fully accessible to those in wheelchairs, so... But what I'm saying is that wheelchairs are not allowed in my wedding. I don't want my family and friends knowing that within the family I'm marrying into, there's a cripple in a wheelchair. You do realize that both you and I share a lot of friends, so why is it a huge problem now if they know? I don't care about that. I'm talking about what'll happen tomorrow. There are going to be people coming tomorrow that don't know about you or your wheelchair, and I want it to stay that way. Are you going to understand what I'm asking you right now? I am marrying your brother because I think he is the perfect man, but when it comes to his little sister, I only see you as being a stain on his reputation that I don't want people looking at. All right. Fine, I'll stay here at home tomorrow while you all enjoy the wedding. Go ahead and remove my name from the guest list. And there's one other thing. I'd like for you to leave your parents' house for good as well. Why should I do that? I'm sure you're well aware that after I marry your brother, I'm going to be moving into your parents' house with him and your parents. But you are in the way of that. If I have to move into that house with you still living there, then things are going to stay the same as they've been for the past 2 years, and I'm going to have to care for your needs. So before the wedding finishes tomorrow, I want you out of that house.
Christy.
Huh? Ryan? You're at home right now with me, so why are you choosing to text me instead of coming over to my room?
Well, right now Mom and Dad are in the living room, and I don't want them to hear what I want to say to you. For right now, at least. Okay? Just a second ago, I saw that you were texting someone on your phone, and you had a pretty miserable looking face.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry, but when I saw you looking that way, I walked by and took a quick look at your phone screen. Were you talking with Molly? I saw that she told you that tomorrow's wedding wouldn't allow wheelchairs, and that she asked you to not show up to the wedding tomorrow, right? What the hell is up with all that?
You saw all of that from her then?
I really want you to be able to tell me everything about what's going on between you two.
Christy! Hey! What the hell is going on over here? What are you talking about? I just showed up to the restaurant in my wedding dress, but there isn't a single soul here. I am the bride, after all, and so I had to go and get my dress on and do my makeup and hair and everything, so I was expecting to get here when everyone else was already showing up. But my mom and dad, my aunts and uncles, even my cousins, and not just all of my family, but Ryan's family as well, and even our friends. Not a single one of them is here right now to celebrate my wedding. And not just all of them, but even Ryan's not here right now to see me. The restaurant isn't even open right now either. How the hell am I going to get in there? Tell me what the actual hell is going on right now. Molly, what are you even going on about right now? I thought that the wedding had been canceled and that everyone had already been informed, including you. Huh? Yesterday evening, my brother went over to your place, and there he talked with your parents about everything and about how the wedding would be canceled and that he'd no longer be engaged to you. And to make sure that the reservation and all the food that's already been prepared doesn't go to waste, Ryan is having his boss and the rest of the company come there and throw a small party while enjoying all that food. Huh? What the frick are you talking about, Christy? Last night, Ryan did end up coming over to my place for a bit, but he was here to talk to my parents about the wedding today, and to tell them that wheelchairs would not be allowed at the wedding. And he told them that meant you wouldn't be able to come. And before he left, he told them that what all that meant was exactly how it sounded. Well, he had a very serious look on his face. Molly, are you going to be okay? What are you talking about? Why are you asking me that? Are you sure you listened in on everything that my brother said to your parents last night? I did. That's what I just told you. And from what I heard, Ryan agreed with what I said about you and what I was asking for. And so he was here to let my parents know that you wouldn't be showing up at the wedding. Well, you're right to think that the conversation they had was about me not being able to come to the wedding and that I'd ultimately be taken off the guest list. But my brother was actually protesting to your parents about how you used me to get closer to him, and that he knew you didn't actually care about me whatsoever, and that was all due to me being in this wheelchair. Huh? He protested? Ryan is telling me that he's going to talk with you now, so you go ahead and talk with him about this.
Molly?
Ryan, is that you?
What exactly do you think that conversation with your parents yesterday meant?
What did I think it meant? I thought you were talking with my parents about how your sister and her wheelchair are in our way, and that for the sake of our happy future, you wouldn't be allowing her to come to our wedding.
That's only what you want to think. The reason I was there last night is because the way you talked about my sister is not acceptable, and I had to complain to your parents about that.
Huh?
And just a quick side note, you didn't listen to a single thing yesterday during my conversation with him, because all you did was sit on the couch in the other room looking at your phone the whole time.
I just assumed that you guys were done talking about the important stuff.
Well, unfortunately, we were only getting started with the important stuff. Stuff like how I'm no longer going to be marrying you.
You're joking, right?
Hey, Molly, I know that you're aware that Christy is the person that saved your life. But for her, or for you to talk to her like she means nothing to you after what she did, is just terrible, and it shocked me in my core.
Huh? She saved my life. What are you talking about now?
Huh? Wait a sec. Are you kidding me? You never even realized something like that either this whole time?
Huh? What?
This is just...
Ryan! What the hell are you talking about?
How about you just get your butt back to my place and then we could talk about all of this face to face? I'm sorry, but this isn't something that I can talk about through text.
This is all just a joke, right? When I was about to fall down those stairs, you stepped in to save me? Molly, back then you were talking a whole lot with someone else while walking and you never noticed the flight of stairs ahead of yourself. I tried to yell at you to look out for the stairs as you continued to chat with your friend, but you didn't seem to be listening to a word I was saying. So when you were about to lose your footing and fall all the way down those stairs, I reached in to help you fall back towards the hallway, which then led to me falling all the way down that flight of stairs instead. Back then, I had just assumed you were trying to be a little jerk by hitting me in the chest with your arm and that you got what you deserved by falling down those stairs right after. So that's why you ended up in the wheelchair. My parents made me take care of you for the next 2 years, as though we were obligated to do so for you. For the longest time, I didn't want you to feel responsible for me ending up like this, so I never talked to you about what happened that day. But to actually think that by not talking to you about what happened, you just assumed I was trying to mess with you and that I was the one that fell down those stairs for it? But I just don't... I'm going to be very honest with you about this now, since things have changed so much between us. Molly, you never seem to care about what other people are saying to you, do you? You always like to make everything seem as though it's about you, and then anything that doesn't have anything to do with you directly, you just forget about or change. Huh? You think that that's... When my brother was talking about how he wasn't going to marry you anymore, you did the same thing. When he was at your house talking with you and your parents, he was very upset with you. But you changed what was going on in your mind so that it looked as though he was just there to agree with you on not wanting me to come to the wedding because of my wheelchair. Is that right? I see. You're probably not going to be able to understand all of this right away. Well, I'm sorry, but with the way you've become, I no longer want to have anything to do with you. Huh? I'm not sure if after all this is over, you'll be able to think hard about what you've done and change your ways due to all of it. But as of right now, I'm having a really hard time believing that you've said so many terrible things to me, yet have not once said an apology to me for it. Well, then what the hell should I do? Right now, it seems like nobody is going to be on my side after what you've all done. And you should take the time to think about why that is, although at this point, you're probably not even listening to the advice I'm giving. Anyway, I know I'm the kind of person that's able to put up with a lot of crap, but this has all gone way too far. I want you to stay away from me forever now. Christy! A few days after what had gone down, Molly's parents were kind enough to give Ryan a lot of money for all the time and effort that Molly had wasted of his, and then moved away from being near our house. And as of now, Molly has been moved into her godmother's house, somewhere way out of town, as neither of her parents are willing to house her anymore after the embarrassment and shame she brought them. Her godmother is having her go to therapy now after what she said to me, and after not having any recollection of what I did for her to save her life. And hopefully with time, Molly is going to be able to find an answer to why she's so self-centered, and to how she'll be able to make up for her mistakes. What she had done really did mess both myself and Ryan up mentally, but the two of us are working hard together to get over what happened to us. And another thing to do with me. I've been told that if I continue to go through rehabilitation for a while longer, I might actually have a chance of walking again. And so, as of right now, I'm putting all my attention on going to rehab and working towards a future where I no longer have to think about what I sacrificed to save Molly. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.